Today we'll be watching some pro Freya gameplay. These games happened after the recent big Freya nerfs, so the goal with this watch through is to assess her strength, see what the meta looks like, and see what some of the top DPS players can do with her, and maybe learn something along the way. I was able to watch these player POVs by using this cool new feature that FACEIT introduced called FACEIT Live. With FACEIT Live, you can watch OWCS matches as they are live or later, but not only that, you can watch multiple player POVs if you so wish. Needless to say, FACEIT Live was pretty helpful for analyzing Freya players, and not to mention it's free, so shout out to them. Without further ado, let's VOD review. Both teams are playing Tracer. Only red team's got Freya here. Ball, Hazard, Sombra, Kyria. Okay. So I feel like, what do you do as Freya here? I feel like this is a nightmare. This is a terrible comp to play against. You can't 1v1 a Kiriko. I mean, I guess you could poke at her from afar. Lucio's kind of like, he moves around. Hazard's one of those tanks that you kind of don't kill. Tracer, I feel like Tracer kind of counters Freya. Not a hard counter, but does pretty damn well fucking Freya up. And so does Sombra, so this is a nightmare comp for Freya. Let's see how Tree does it. Wait, let me check something else. Oh, I can pause with spacebar. That's convenient. Okay. What's he up to? He's getting some poke shots. Got to tag him to Sombra. Playing this right side. I'm trying to think, why would he go right side? Or why would his team want him to go right side? Nah, never mind. Right side's pretty nice. What am I saying? I'm yapping. Getting some poke shots on the Hazard. He's trying to force Kiri TP out. That's what he's moving up on here. Met with the Sombra, so he can't really... That Sombra is chewing him up right now. And he just got dove. Slamming the Hazard. Only thing I can think is like, I feel like maybe you play to blow up the Hazard if he's out of position, but if he doesn't go out of position, if he just plays like rooms and shit, you'll never blow up the Hazard in this comp. So then it's really just like him trying to force the Kiriko to TP or cleanse, I think, and his team also diving it. That's all I can think's going on here. Also, to clarify, I haven't played pro, and I also haven't heard the comms or what's the strategy for this comp, but that's my guess. I feel like that's probably what they're trying to do. They're rotating around. Yeah, so they're definitely trying to rotate away for these dives. In fact, they got a boop on the Lucio. Let's go. And I feel like Tree is playing the game of just like rotate around, but also just try to hide and survive. Okay, yeah, they're going for that. They're going for that damage on the Hazard. The Sombra is on him. Got his one though. If Sombra hits the virus, you're kind of cooked. Like, even if you as the Freya player, you hit 2 right-click directs on her, you just translocates. And then it's a 50-50. You have to hit both right-clicks on the Sombra immediately after she viruses you, or at the same time. No. You have to hit both right-clicks on the Sombra as she viruses you in order to make it a 50-50 matchup. And so if you don't, you basically just run away or hope your team helps you. The matchup is not favorable for Freya. Unless she gets the jump first, but Sombra almost always gets the jump. It's the same thing kind of with Tracer too, which is why I say Tracer is kind of a bit of a counter to Freya, because even if you get a right-click headshot on the Tracer, she could just recall it, and it's gone. They are hunting him, dude. Yeah, like I said, this is kind of a miserable comp to play Freya against. I wouldn't even blame him if he just wanted to swap here. But I'm sure his team's like scrimming this, and this is what they do, so there's no changing the plan. Yeah, they lost the map. Huge kill on the Lucio though. Massive. How's map 2 looking? Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't blame him for wanting to swap. Does he swap back to Freya? I genuinely I don't blame him, dude, because it's just a miserable comp to play Freya against. And yeah, they're still playing it too. To be fair though, I think Freya would have been better on this map. I don't know if that's like a spicy take compared to the last map, because the last map, the enemy team has like so many rooms that they can hide in, but this map's a lot more open, so they can only use like pillars, and their backline can't evade the dives as easily. I feel like Well is like the ultimate. It's a difficult dive map when the enemy team is also hyper mobile. Okay, we got some more Freya gameplay, chat. Let's go. Let's roll it back a little bit. Anything change on their comp? Nah, they're running the same thing. They got Sim, but they're just TPing out of spawn. I think it's just same comp, same strat. This map is also better for the same reasons. It's not as like slippery. I always hated playing ball on Ilios well for that very reason. Like if teams played like a really hard brawl, they just room up and it's hard to get slams in like some of the rooms. And if they play hyper mobile, they get away. Even if you like get the engage, the boop, the slam, they just get away. They just cut a corner. But it's still popular there. I mean, not terrible. I think it's better if you have like a Pharah, and I guess that's what Freya is supposed to be like replacing here. I don't know. They might have banned Pharah. Who knows? No more Yap. Let's see. Ooh, they're playing above point. You know what? That's something I didn't do enough in my my 50-hour series. I never played above point on this map, and I think I did maybe like once or twice out of like the 10 times I played it. But I think playing above point is actually really good here, unless they have a ball and then their ball dives you, and then nobody on your team helps you. But I think in most cases, above point's pretty dang good. So any takeaway? Pray on this map, go above point for sure. Got good angles on high ground, good cover, can mess up the rotations. And you can also help if your team gets dove. It's actually a really good spot. I don't know why I wasn't using it. I guess it was just more fun to go over the white building, but yeah, blue team just staging for the dive on him. He saw the hazard. And he's moving away, rightfully so, because the hazard probably climbs up to him. And now he's got their high ground, which isn't bad. Had to swap sides because they got point control now. It's too dangerous to be over there. Yeah, Sombra is so good against Freya because, like, you've seen it. He stuck the Sombra twice now, and she just TPs out. Holy shit, that was a clean shots there. Good tag on the Kiri. They're playing point now. And they're going to blow up this hazard. Guaranteed. Now, the hazard missed the leap. If the hazard actually made the point, his ass would have been grass for sure. But he kind of like didn't make it. Gained some poke damage. Yeah, I was about to say I'd rotate to this high ground too. This is a good angle. You know what? Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of chill for him to like play aggressive there because he just goes above point. But he's got to look for more. No, you know what? He played this smart because I was thinking you got to look for more. You got to be more aggressive right now because they're forcing point, right? Here, let me explain that thought process real quick. So I know they're capping point. Sombra's forced out. Sombra's out, so you got a second to do something. I'm thinking he's got to drop down and start shooting at people on point. But that's what I would have done, not really thinking about it too much. But he was smart enough not to do that because the key thing here is he doesn't have his updraft ability. So if he dropped down there and the hazard decided to turn around, he'd be dead instantly. So that's why he didn't do it. But for sure, I think the play is like to start looking at this angle, dropping down and start shooting if he had the updraft, but he doesn't. So like I said, if anyone decides to shoot him here, he just dies instantly. So well played. All right, so they flip point. Gets tagged by the Sombra. But his team's up here, so he's kind of chilling. Kitsune, so he's going aggressive with it. Yeah, I was going to say, I'd start playing point. He's got mines and Kitsune in there. Okay. I would have just played point the whole time with the Kitsune, but it doesn't matter. They got it anyways. Because I'm thinking, like, the strat would have been to just wait till somebody came to point and then ulted them. Since he had the protection of mines, his whole team, and the Kitsune, it doesn't really matter. Just something I'm thinking, which doesn't necessarily mean it's right. The one thing with pro games, you gotta really pay attention. Otherwise, it's very easy to lose track of what's happening. So they tried to go for a dive. That was a good shot. Enemy team just B drops and forces point while they're killing the Sombra. His team gets a contest, loses Tracer, falls on, B drop. So now it's like a really scuffed fight. So in this fight, who should he be looking for? I'm asking because I don't really know off the top of my head yet. I'm going to assume a support, but Freya is so good at tank busting that it's like, it's almost an idea to just unload onto the hazard here. But since he lost his Tracer, that hazard ain't going to die, even if he dumps an entire clip into him. So it would be the Kiri, but I think he might be thinking plan A still, or just trying to help his Lucio. Oh, they might get him. Oh, they got him. They got him. Huh. Wait, you know what? Kiri also has the double swift step perk right now, so maybe it's actually just a waste of time to try to even shoot her. Again, I don't know. I'm just making some guesses here. Going for the Lucio. Oh, those are clean shots. Clean shots. Clean up on the Kiri. Infected got it. All right, that was a pretty good. That was a good round. That was a lot more entertaining than the first round. I'll tell you that much. The first round was literally just fucking run for your life. The map is just a map. Okay. Well, that was cool. Let's see what else. They play some Circuit Royale. Let's see if we can learn anything from Circuit. Do they play Freya on Circuit? They do play Freya on Circuit. Nice. That's what I like to see. All right, I'm really curious how he's going to do this first peek. I feel like people like to go right side and peek over like the spot where you can jump over. But I think that angle sucks. It's so predictable. I think it's better to just like fly really high main and peek over main. But let's see what he does. He's going far left. What the hell? He's getting the Widowmaker angle. That's what this is. Blue support line. Lifeweaver, Baptiste. Interesting. They're playing close. They got a Hazard and Bap playing close right now. Holy shit, his team's getting cooked. Wait, his team just got erased. What the hell happened? I've never seen a team fall apart so quick like that. I mean, to be fair, blue team, they're also pros. Pro strats. That's how it be. But that was a speed run. Okay, they got a Sombra again. You know what? I'm thinking, what's blue team got again? I wonder if it is a bat. I mean, now that they know that blue team's holding it really close, I feel like it is kind of a, might not be the worst idea to go over the roof now and just kill whoever's over there. Like flip map. Nah, maybe that's troll. I don't know. Never mind. Cut that out of the VOD. That's probably a troll idea. It's too far away from these two guys that are holding the point. Yeah. Oh, tragic. This is not looking good. This is worse than round one of Ilios. Yep, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough, dude. Yeah, enemy teams are spawn camping, and it's working. And they swap comps in it, then suddenly they're able to push. Wait, did they get held first? They did get held first. Now I'm curious, who wins this? Not them. They do not win this. Okay. Yeah, no, they don't win this. All right, let's see the next one. Runasapi. We got any Freya here on Runasapi? Any Freya angles? No? That's a funny looking Freya. Okay. No Freya on Runasapi. How about Kings? Surely King's Rose got a little bit of Freya. Come on. Don't do me wrong here. Oh my god. The Sojourn takeover is happening. What does this say about the state of the economy? Freya coin is in shamble. All right, how about this map? Come on. You know what? New Junk City, fair enough. New Junk City is actually pretty valid to not play Freya. Personally, I don't like playing Freya here. Yeah, I don't blame him. Well, there goes. No Freya. I guess we're going to have to look for another team now. We're going to have to look at another team. Let's see who else we got. Extinction versus Nightmare. Okay. So I actually did peep a little bit of this one. And so KRONIK's a pretty good Freya. But let's watch it back and see if that opinion still holds. It is Extinction versus Nightmare, and Nightmare 2-0s them. Let's see it. And it's a Freya mirror. I don't think it was a Freya mirror for the last game. Okay, wait, before anything happens. No, yeah, he's gonna go main. And then looking at the teams, I guess Hazard looks like he's in. Hazard's in for meta, huh, chat? And it's Tracer, Lucio, Kiri. Is this the meta? Some poke shots going. Oh, wait, I don't have the sound on. Whoops. Sorry. There you go. They're just having a poke battle over here. I never liked that initial like poke battle at the start, but I guess you kind of got to do it. I just don't like doing it. Sometimes it feels like a battle of like who's gonna get healed, you know? All right, very slow start. KRONIK's team did lose one earlier. A good doink. Does he get the follow? Oh, he doesn't get the follow-up. No. Oh, KRONIK. All right, they got it. I want to think about like the positioning here. I feel like going a little bit closer towards like back right gives you a bit more of an angle. And then if you use your updraft, you can use like that high wall to block. Kind of like playing it like Afar is the best way I can explain it. Let me see if he does that. Because I feel like playing right here, if you use your updraft, there's no cover. And you also just don't have the best angle, I want to say. But what do I know? See, like, where he's playing now, I would have started here. Good tags. Look at that Hazard's health. Look at his health. Oh my god, look at that health. Unfortunately missed the ult, but happens. He had the right idea. And this is a scattered fight. This is the stay alive but do things fight. So with that hugging the wall thing, I think it's worth doing it because like their Freya might shoot you. Their Freya might shoot you, or you might be a target for the dives. And I think having that big wall of cover is really nice. Playing it like Afar is really nice, I think. It makes them have to really overextend for the dive on you. And I feel like with this comp, they want to kill him. They want to kill him, the Freya, or they want to kill the Kiri or the Hazard. Which, I mean, that's half the team. But, like, Freya is the one that's easy to, like, catch out, I think. Oh, we got the tag. Oh, we got the double tag. There it is. KRONIK woke up. He's locked in. Got the tag on the Tracer. Softening up the Hazard. Yeah, good change to Kiri. Oh, they're all after him. That was a god Suzu. Holy tragic. No way his team loses this though, right? They got that. Yeah, both Freyas are dead. Ooh, that's 4 players though. Yeah, I think they gotta flip this. B drop, never mind. Let's see that ult. Wait, I'm making a prediction. Okay, he can either, I mean, he can ult a lot of people actually. The Kiri did just use Suzu and TP, so, and he's got that B drop. I'm like frame 1 ulting somebody here. He could low-key ult the Hazard, or if there's an easy one on Lucio or Freya or Kiri, I mean, he can ult fucking anybody, I guess. But right now is a good time. I'm gonna guess he might actually just send it down this hallway right now. Either he sends it down this hallway or he does it on the Hazard. That's what I think is gonna happen. Let's see it. Oh no, his team just rolls. He knows the Hazard's somewhere. Here it is. Yep, there it is. Yeah. Because Freya's so good at like doing damage to tanks, it's kind of worth it to solo ult them. For the longest time, I didn't recognize or realize that her damage on tanks is insane. But once you realize that, it's like, oh, this is a pretty easy ult target a lot of the time. And it hinders too, so he can't like leap away. Slows him down, gets your whole team to look at him. All right, what else we got? Good tag on the Tracer. Does he get the recall? Oh, he got the recall. You got the recall. Just land the shot on that one. Well played, well played. Uh-oh. He's dueling the best DPS in the game, Kiriko. Thankfully, he had a Kiriko of his own to help him. All right, what's going on here? He fucking ran from that ball so quick. Who's he going for? He's looking for the 1v1. Wait, and he actually rolled in the 1v1. Wait a minute. Wait, how's that Lucio alive? What the fuck? He went crazy mode there. That Lucio ate 2 tags. Must have been amping. Uh-oh. Oof. Yeah, he got double dove. What he could have done, with the power of hindsight, he could have lived this if he used his updraft. He could have updrafted, would have been like way out of range and just started dashing across over this roof. That's the power of hindsight though. I mean, I'm sure in the moment you got to think quick, and he probably thought just the dashes would have done it. But that would have been the play. Updraft for sure. With the power of hindsight. All right, just a cleanup on the ball. What went off the map? Okay, this round's a wipe. That's GG. GG easy. Is slow perk more common in pro play? I've seen some people use walls and some people use the slow perk. I think the walls is just better because the slow perk. I mean, I get it. Like, if your whole goal is just to kill the tank, if that's what your whole team's playing for, just kill the tank, fine. But I think in reality, like, your playstyle needs to be a bit more flexible than that. So I don't think the slow perk is that great. All right, let's see. They play Freya here. Sojourn. What the hell? Chat, they're playing Sojourn. Now, you know what? To be fair, I also don't think Cerebos is that great for Freya. Because, like, you kind of just got to imagine it. Like, is Pharah good here? If the answer is no, then Freya's probably not too good. They got to abuse the broken one. Was she banned? Can I check bans? Where are the bans at? They banned Freya. That's why. Okay, fair enough. Freya was banned. Okay, let's see Watch Point Gibraltar then. They didn't ban Freya this time. All right, Freya angle. Let's go. Little duel to start the game. He's using the slow-mo thing, so he knows about, like, the, he knows about scope for extra uplift. I'm sure a lot of pros know that by now. Let's see. Okay. What the hell? Fred just got res to watch his life either get murdered. Good kill there. I'd go for high ground, and that's what he's going for. Yeah, he's going for high ground. Chat, the scope tech is so important. It's so important to know, like, that you can scope to basically extend your momentum, because you don't make it to the second floor with uplift here. You only make it to this first floor. Like doing this thing. Shit's a game changer. Little dually duel. This Ram's taking blue boxes. This should be... Oh, damn. Well, that went not well. I was going to say, this should be easy punish on the hazard, but... things happen. Okay, so his team's got to get this hazard out. Oh, there we go. They got him. He's in a bit of an awkward spot. Yeah, you can't make that jump. He's going for a flank. And he got one. Oh, he's cooked. He's so cooked, though. Yeah, his team's wiped. Is there a specific timing for when you have to scope to extend uplift, or at any time? Earlier, the better. Because you don't want to do it as your uplift starts to slow down. That's too late. But it's pretty generous. Updraft, not uplift. Keep calling it uplift. Got the carry. Good cleanup on the hazard. Oh, that was his tree. I'm surprised he didn't just play the tree. They got Kiriko. Yeah, one thing I'll say is I'm surprised he uses updraft there. I mean, he's got it back now. But I'm thinking, like, with how these teams like to just dive the Freya, it would be better to just, like, dash across. But maybe he's looking for the angle. And his team does kind of have the height control, so never mind. I guess it's fine. Some clean tags. A little cleanup on a hazard. Nice. Oh, they have a hazard now too. They had a ram for a while. Yeah, I guess hazard just the meta, huh? Bro, they are trying to kill him. He's chilling. Oh, that was a good turn. That was a good turn. I got to give it to him. He was going for this Lucio. He wanted to ult this Lucio. And then he recognized he wasn't going to get the ult off. Run it back one more time. Matter of fact. Bam. Good switch up. They don't kill the hazard, but you know what? That's TP, cleanse, and Kitsune. Uh-oh. Okay, well, they got him. Took a bit, but they got him. Okay, they cap. I was gonna say, I'm surprised he doesn't go top shuttle, but they're winning. They won the point, that's why. I'd be scared about playing this high ground for long. Okay, yeah, he's also scared about playing that high ground for long. Fair enough. No tag. Yo, Hazard just soloed her ass, though. Cleanse, beat. Run for the hills. Oh, you should have landed on the high ground. Let's see, does it matter? How's he still alive? Holy shit. Well, it worked out, but I wonder if there's like a particular reason why he decided to land. Hold up. So he's got this lift right here, right? He's got the angle to make it to height, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he could. He could have drifted to height. Wait, could he? Maybe not. Chat, does he make it to height here? Run it back one more time. What do you guys think? Maybe he doesn't. Maybe my my spatial awareness is off right now. With this dash, does he make it to the high ground? Too low? No, he's high enough. I just don't know if he can like air drift to it. He's dashing towards it right now. It's no, he wouldn't have made it. Oh, okay. Well, that was wrong. Won't hazard ledge climb. He will, but then you just like dash further away, or because either way this hazard's going to go for him, but him dropping towards the mega just means the hazard's going to get to him sooner, and then the tracer can also help, and basically the whole team can shoot him. I think it was a good ult, but rewind it. Doesn't get the double tag. Oh, got the headshot. Cleanse. That's an ult moment. You see cleanse, that's an ult moment. Ult that. Oh, okay. Value. Total value right there. Gain some spam shots on the spawn door. Oh my god, the fucking god cleanse again. Wait, what the hell? He should have died. This is like the thing with Freya duels. If you're down in cooldowns, man, the 1v1 is so hard to win. And so he's got nothing here. So he just gets double doinked. But Luke Nino comes in with a clutch fucking cleanse. Again, that's the second time he's done that. Save them from the double doink with cleanse. And just clean up. Clean up. Good tag. That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. So they're on defense now. They're up one right now. I feel like he can be a little more aggressive, or his team can. You know what I noticed is I usually like to play by the big orb, the thing like right there. But I guess since they got like this dive, it's dangerous as hell to do that. So you can't play the orb, which is sad. I like playing the orb. It gives you a good angle. Oh, that's rough. What is the game-changing play that you've witnessed? Honestly, from observing Freya players thus far, there's nothing that's particularly like, holy shit, I never thought of that. The only thing was playing above point on Ilios Lighthouse, which that one's kind of like a no-brainer, but I just didn't do it for some reason. Other than that, I mean, most of this stuff kind of makes sense to me, and it doesn't seem like there's anything too insane right now to notice. I have also noticed... What I have picked up is that a lot of hazard. That's for sure. Bro, that's rough. That's rough. Their Kiri TP'd up to him and Suzu'd him on the wall. I guess it's like the support meta strat for Freya matchups to just TP Suzu your Freya anytime there's a duel happening. It's just kind of funny to watch the Kiri TP and then Suzu the wall and get the splash on the Freya there. A little silly. They got Kitsune on the roof. Ooh. Damn, that was a good ambush, but... Yeah, this spam angle, this little corridor is like... It's so good to just farm ult charge off of. Enemy team's smart enough not to go top right now, though. What will they do? Hazard flying up top. -1 carry, rut row. He's trying to make it. Couldn't. Now we'll say I'm surprised he didn't just start top. I think it's better to already have the high ground, especially when they're not up there. Now it doesn't matter. Now he's kind of got to play wherever. Rough. Like, here's what I'm thinking. Let me go back. Let me see. Let me observe and see if I'm wrong about this. And I guess as the spectators, we can see where everybody's at. He can't. Yeah, his hazard's 1 HP, so it makes sense why you wouldn't want to go top. Peaks main. He can't see their hazard or tracer. All right, fair enough, actually. Yeah, that's why he didn't go top. And they were, in fact, up there. Made sense. They're diving him. Does he get it? He did, but she got yielded. Let's see where this ult's gonna go. Chat, predictions on this next ult. Who's gonna get ulted? There's like an 80% chance you're right if you say hazard. There's like an 80% chance you're right about that. Uh-oh. And it was in fact hazard. But yeah, that was they were in a rush to take this fight, so it wasn't like you don't have the luxury of being very picky. Wait, did they turn this? And so here he's like, he's playing a little bit safe because they're coming out of spawn. They don't have control of the map yet. But it's so tempting to just use updraft and go on that bridge, but that's just not the play right now. They are fighting for map control. They're not they don't have it. Damn, the solo hazard ult. Yeah, I won't lie, this has been a rough round for him. A lot of focus in his direction. A lot of water. Yeah, they're not making it out of spawn here. All right, who wins this map? Oh. Yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't, Okay, he did go bridge. Playing right here, where he's at right now. I'm surprised he didn't go up here once the Tracer was forced out. Oh my god. That dive unit's not fucking around right now. Okay, his hazard's clearing top left. Yeah, like now I'd go to that top left again because... Ah, shit. Ah, shit, chat. I paused it at the perfect moment. You guys guess what's about to happen? Does he make it? Oh, he made it. Holy moly. He's alive. That was a really good bait. The fact that he lived and they didn't get the kill was really good for his team. But they still kind of, they've been got. They've crumbled like a soggy, like an Oreo if you leave it in a glass of milk for 30 seconds. Yeah, that's it for that. How's their defense go? The triple doinks. Wait, what even happened? Hold up. I blinked. I blinked, chat, and it was over. Good directing the Tracer. Hazard all ins. They Suzu. They got the Lucio instantly. Tagged by Freya. Followed up on the dive. Damn. Yeah, blue team's dive unit went fucking crazy on this map. I won't even lie. Not even just the dive unit, all of them. That dive was literally everybody combined. Their Freya hit a bolt shot. Their Kiriko went in with a TP cleanse. I think their Lucio did a stellar job of pushing the point. That was crazy. Yeah, they don't win this. Okay. Says victory, but they didn't win. Womp womp. So, I think they won the first two maps, and they just lost that one. Oh, this goes the mile. There's two more maps still. Okay. Oh, this is just a stomp. Okay, how about we don't watch a stomp? This one looks like it's closer. 2-3. Be a good match. And it's King's Row. Everybody loves King's Row. It's another Freya mirror. Wait. Time out, time out. Why are people even playing Hazard right now? I know they buffed his lifesteal perk, but is that really why? What else did they change the Hazard? Hold up, hold up. Let me see. Did they both pick the lifesteal perk? Is that what's happening here? No. He's got the leap and then he's got the wall. So it can't be the lifesteal perk. Why the hell are people playing that Euro? Is it just because, like, does he survive more versus Freya? Is that what it is? Best perks for Hazard, I think Deep Leap and what's the other one? Leap damage or wall damage, whatever. Yeah, why are people playing Hazard? Let me think. I guess if Winston goes in and he doesn't get like the Freya immediately, he's kind of cooked. What about D.Va? D.Va's good. D.Va's really good against Freya. Chat, does Hazard counter D.Va? Or is it the other way around? Or did they buff like Hazard's health? I just forgot about that. I don't fucking know. Let's play. I guess Ramatra can't do anything about Freya. But I feel like D.Va. Why not? Why is D.Va not getting played enough right now? The only thing I could think is maybe D.Va's bad against Hazard right now. Because he does have a lot of... Yeah, you know what? You know what? The more I think about it, it's probably because D.Va's bad against Hazard. And I'm making that guess because two things. He has a lot of armor, and he has block, and D.Va has pellet shotgun damage, which is bad against armor, usually. And his damage goes through defense matrix, or his slash does at least. That's all I can think. I don't know why else Hazard's getting played so much. Good tag on Genji. They're fighting for space right now. He's getting Genji'd. Good evasive maneuvers. This team has the opening pick. And he's getting good damage all around. Clean up. Nice. Yeah, it's an easy first point. Wait. Bro, I'm telling you guys. This Suzu on Freya. He literally turned and looked at his he turned and looked at his Kiriko for the Suzu too. We've seen like 4 of those already. It's got to be the meta, just Suzu your Freya. I guess it makes sense. Who else are you Suzuing? Your Hazard if he's like turbo inting, or yourself if you're getting dove. Oh. That was rough, but he got the job done, I guess. Hazard good against backline and Genji. You know what? I think you're right. There's no CC in this comp, so it's not like he's gonna get slept, antied, discorded, or anything like that. And block is like good against those heroes, against Kiri and Lucio. Yeah, it probably gets more value than D.Va. I think you're right about that. I'm starting to see why people don't pick D.Va in this. Keep going for my water, but I'm all out of water.
Let's kick this off.
All right, they're just kiting the Kitsune. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's go back. What just happened here? All right, that's red team Kitsune. His team has beat drop. He has beat drop. His Hazard ulted people over here. So he's looking for the follow-up on the Hazard ult. He sees their Hazard. You know what? Fine. Their Hazard's half HP out of this beat drop. I get it, actually. And unfortunately, he lost his Genji, though. If he didn't lose his Genji, that would look like a good ultimate, but definitely looked a bit funny. Uh-oh. Oh, that Hazard's cooked. Cook him. Now he's out. Good early tag. All right, we blow up the Hazard here. Let's see it. Let's see it. There it is. There it is. Blow up the Hazard here strategy. Never goes wrong. Yeah. Maybe this hero is still strong despite the nerfs. But then I wonder, like, could Sojourn have just gotten that kill on the Hazard? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe Sojourn wouldn't be up there. Oh shit, it is a long game. They're about to get rolled back, aren't they? This is like me micro-analyzing, and it probably doesn't matter that much. But like, I would start by I would uplift first. That way the cooldown's already used, and then I'd stall with scope and dash. That way, by the time the gates actually open, like maybe you do this at 3 seconds, your cooldown on this isn't that far. And this cooldown will come back relatively quickly too. I just feel like it gives you that high ground angle already, so you can peek right out the gate and shoot him at spawn. And if you're high enough, if you do it right, you don't have to worry about getting sniped by Widowmaker, because like you'll peek an unexpected peek if you do it right. If you just do like an uplift and then you peek here, Widow will tap your ass. But if you like dash, stall, or sorry, uplift, stall, dash, stall, then maybe one more dash, peek. I don't know. There's a way to do it that I usually do it, that you could just get that early poke on all these people walking out the spawn door, because he uses all his cooldowns trying to do that, but he doesn't get anything because of it, because like it wasn't optimized. It might not matter though. He might not get dove immediately, but definitely would have softened them up a bit so they couldn't walk in as boldly. At least a hair, at least by a hair. And you know, that's like 5 extra ult charge you could have. It's super micro stuff, but just my thoughts. Don't nerf Freya more. She's fine. I hope she can stay like this, but I think the reality is they gotta make it so she can't bust tanks as much as she can. Like, it shouldn't be, the stat chart shouldn't show her coming out on the top for bursting a tank in a short period of time. And I think that's the problem with her. It's not everything else that she does. It's not that she flies or that she can double tap people or whatever. It's literally that she could just burst a tank faster than most other DPS. It's long range fan the hammer is what I call it. But I think if they can like somehow get rid of that and put it more in line with the other DPS, then you've got her in a pretty good spot to where maybe you can even buff her mobility again. All right, what's going on here? Chat, predictions on where this this Freya ult is gonna go. Chat, I'll run a speed prediction. Speed prediction, real quick. All right, chat. Speed Gamba, 30 seconds. Does he ult hazard? Yes or no? Chat, you have 30 seconds. 30 seconds on this Gamba. Does he ult the hazard? Yes or no? Put your channel points in, chat. I think like 90% of the time it's been an ult on hazard. Just because that's like kind of the meta to do it. It's kind of the meta to ult hazard. But maybe there's a slim chance he ults somebody else here. What ults are on the field? Let me see. I think it's so close quarters and tight. There's actually a higher chance that he ults somebody else here. There's a higher chance he'll do it. All right, let's see what happens. Like, I'll say there's like a 40% chance he ults someone else. But let's see. Oh, no, here it is. 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 Wait, he ulted somebody else. He actually ulted somebody else. What the hell? Wait a minute. Roll that back. Let me see this. All the evidence was pointing in the direction of him ulting the hazard. The hazard just used all his cooldowns to get in. He used wall. He just got Suzu'd. He's in a corner. But the Lucio tempted him, dude. The Lucio tempted him. That's what it was. He fell for temptation. But he had to go for this hazard. That hazard would have been GG'd. Oh, dude. They got the hazard still. They still got the hazard. But, well, chat the Gamba. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. He does not ult the hazard. He didn't do it. I don't know. That's actually funny. All evidence pointed in the direction of him ulting hazard there. It was just like a tiny little ADHD moment came through and it was like, Lucio. Rest in peace, believers. All right, he's going for some over-the-top rope peaks. I like this. I like this. Uh-oh. He's running for his life. Yeah, like Genji wanted him. Chat. The walls perk. Look, he can see the Genji. Oh, he didn't use it on the Genji. But he sees the Freya. The walls perk, chat. There's a possibility that Freya could have turned everything, but the walls gave him the intel. All right, chat. Where's this ult going? It's definitely going on the hazard. It's definitely going on the hazard. Not even... No doubt. If the hazard leaps out in the open and doesn't, like, immediately wall, his ass is getting ulted. Here it is. Here it is. Ooh, patient. Didn't go for it. They ended up killing him anyways. It's all about ult economy. It was just a dry fight. He's saving his ult for this next one. let's do a little bit of a guessing game. What are they gonna do this fight, chat? Blue team has like, I mean, they got some ults coming up, but they got really nothing. Whereas red team's got almost everything. Do you think the pro players are gonna dump 4 ults in one fight? What do you think they're gonna do here? You think they open with Blade? Any predictions on how this fight opens up? Another ult for Lucio? I feel like the best strat is definitely to open with Freya ult. Just like into the Freya ult, the hazard. Because it's the cheapest ult. It's the most dispensable one, and it'll still get a lot of value. Lucio beats first? You think Lucio beats first? Lucio Genji ult? Blade downpour. I think the most optimal thing would be Freya ult first, and then if it's looking like the fight is a little bit wishy-washy, then Genji Lucio. Alternatively, just Freya and hazard ult. But one of the two. Ideally one, but could be two, these two, or just these two. Or sorry, these three. Wait, now I'm fucking confused. Whatever. Let's press play. I just want to see Freya ult first. I feel like it's the best play. He's sneaking, he's sneaking. Okay, they bladed first. Suzu's out. Well, shit, nobody could have predicted that. They used Suzu and Freya ult. They used everything. Chat, they used 5 ults. They used 5 ults. To be fair, though, blue team also used 4 ults. But I'm going to be honest, I wasn't expecting 5 ults to get dumped. I guess it is just a domino effect with ults sometimes, huh? They press Q, I press Q. Good tag on Lucio. Wait, did he get the double? Oh, he actually got that. I didn't think he got that. Nice. Now you just gotta push an ult. You just push up, ult, staggers. Clean this up. He's waiting for the leap. Ult that, ult that. Nice. Let's go. Lucio back here doing things. They got it. They got it. Whoa, that was a good shot. Wait, hold up. That was clean. That was clean. Run that back. Run that back. That was a clean shot. You know what? I think I'm just gonna call it there. I'm gonna say I watch pro Freya players, only watches 2. To be fair though, they're both like the top Freya players for NA, from my understanding. If there's anyone in chat that wants to contest it and say that they're the better Freya player, feel free to speak up. Feel free to speak up and claim your spot. But I mean, yeah, overall, interesting stuff. I'll say that there hasn't really been like a massive takeaway for me, other than, like I said, I'm surprised that Hazard's so meta. But I guess after thinking about it more, it kind of makes sense why he's the meta pick right now. And yeah, Freya is very much still a strong hero. Her tank burst is insane. They gotta somehow figure out how to check that. What else? Yeah, no, there was nothing too crazy I observed from the pros. And to be fair, I doubt the pros even get that much of an opportunity to play Freya besides just scrimming their 4 hours a day, because Freya's just perma banned in comp. So, and even in scrims, she might be banned. I don't know if they ban heroes in scrims. Probably not. That sounds silly. Or maybe they do. No, they might actually ban heroes in scrims. I think that would make sense too. That way they get practice with not the main heroes. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that I doubt most of the pros have had like the opportunity to play a lot of hours of Freya's. Like, I don't think any of the pros have gotten into triple digits just because she's always banned in comp and there's only a limited amount of time for like scrim time. And so I say all this because I haven't seen anything too impressive. Again, most of these pros are these pros are better than me. I'm not saying I'm better than them, but I just haven't observed anything that's super like out of this world, or I'm gonna note that. I'm gonna write down the memo. A lot of this is just team strategies, like everybody killed a tank, ult the tank, etc. Or sometimes you're just playing runaway Freya, which it was validating to watch the tree game where he was just getting chased by Sombra, because that's really it. I think it's the nightmare comp for Freya to have to play against Sombra, Tracer, Hazard, Lucio, Kiri. Just like, what the hell do you do but run the whole time? But yeah. Anyways, it was still a fun little watch. Spam goes crazy, or Spam does go crazy. They hit some crazy shots sometimes. But a lot of these are very slow methodical battles. and then sometimes they just dump 5 ults in one fight, as we saw earlier. But yeah, that's it. That about wraps up our Freya VOD reviewing Freya pros. Can't even say VOD reviewing, more like observing Freya pros. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me with that.